when a universal carrier is charging a Panzer IV. What is going on right now? Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 2v2 on the map Road to Kharkov. We got ourselves FG and PS3 Yes versus Greed and Mr. Saipan. Yeah, so a certain individual let me know, it's like, hey, this is an actual good game for you to cast, and I'm like, you piqued my interest, so I'm going to cast it, and we'll see if that person is indeed right about the level of skill in this game. Alrighty, we got rear echelons fighting some austere forces. And by the way, you can send in a top tier replay to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. I'll gladly take a look. Alright, sniper hitting him, damn. Alright, so Greed went with a sniper. Again, not going initially with like base grenadiers, but sniper, MG, and pioneers. Putting shots on target. He actually got the sniper before the MG. That's a little shocking. But again, he is wearing down the Americans as they are capturing territory. But it looks like we got it over here, FG being like, no, I can't take this anymore. Sniper realizing the situation, he's going to pull on back. MG, though, is moving on in, hopefully drawing in the riflemen. Meanwhile, down south, we got British infantry currently engaging with some Volk squads, and they're not doing too shabby, all things considered. The Volk squads are behind them, but they have worn this squad down. Stern Pioneers have also been worn down. I like how he's maneuvering himself across. He's not trying to engage any one or all of them at once. He's trying to engage one party at a time, and now he's definitely trying to go in for the kill. Can he get that, though, is the question. Right now, he's in medium cover, but it looks like he just doesn't have that rate of fire that he really needs to, or those shots connecting to take out the squads. He's going to pull back. Oh boy, it looks like he lost 2 models, but overall, I mean, not a bad engagement. Still, the enemy is not connected. I mean, to be fair, both sides right now have not captured territory, and it's been 2.5 minutes. MG gets into the building, and looks like Rifleman tried to get around. Did not work out. Again, sometimes you can fire shots on target or maneuver around. Like, if you hop back and forth between the two and are really paying attention, you can do damage without him suppressing you. But it looks like Greed's like, no, that's not the case. Saipan, again, is continuing to push back the Brits on the right. There is a universal carrier coming on in. He's right now capping the fuel, although at the very least he's making sure the enemy doesn't cap it. Unfortunately, though, like I said, right now the Axis have no resources connecting their base. Allies only have, I think, this one point, so they're not much better, but it looks like they're trying to capture this point. But the problem is, well, the munitions they captured, which was going to be great, unfortunately, the Germans just cut that off. So, and looks like Greed is really bringing up the pressure with the sniper putting a nice shot on the rifleman. But looks like PS3 is coming over to support. He has a universal carrier that's pretty damn sweet at killing a sniper. It doesn't have any upgrades yet, but he is popping shots at the MG because the sniper hid behind it. Grenadiers coming on in. And looks like the universal carrier is going to do enough to wear down the MG, a few models. But alas, with the Grenadiers getting to cover, even though it's like a little cart. And yeah, I was going to say, there's not much you can really do. Rifleman tried to push on against the sniper, but Greed immediately pulls him back. Meanwhile, we got British infantry currently healing back here, holding this position, make sure they don't get that fuel. Finally, again, looks like here we got Greed and we got Saipan finally getting that territory. So resources are finally coming in to actually both sides now, which is good. Again, I guess they were trying to push up for that decisive blow. Another MG currently being made. We got 3 Volk squads, and Mr. Saipan already putting down, or getting a truck. I'm assuming he's not moving it because he's a medical, maybe? Or he's like trying to figure out what to do with it. Meanwhile, he is going behind the Brits and decapping. He's trying to build cover real quick. But unfortunately, the British are already putting pressure on them. Now, it looks like the British are also making their own defensive structure there, and it looks like it did work. He is probably going to decap the fuel in time. Without taking too much damage, but I don't think he's going to be able to capture it. Yeah, he wants to get out of there, because if he were, he could maybe attempt to capture it, but I think the British infantry would overwhelm him quite quickly. But looks like German reinforcements are inbound, led by a Stern Pioneer squad, which will do a ton of damage. Looks like the Brits are focusing fire with units of carrier, rears, and Royal Engineers coming on in. The Stern Pioneer will have to pull on back. Grenade is thrown that's incendiary, so that'll burn him out of his cover. Universal Carrier trying to get real close on a Volk. And we know Mr. Saipan hasn't built that hasn't built that structure yet, so that's unfortunate. Again, the American and Brits are doing pretty well combining arms. I like how they're kind of going back and forth with each other. Royal Engineer Squad inside of it. All right, there we go. At least he got to vet 1. Grenadier Squad pulling on back. Oh, he did lose the sniper, though. Gree did lose his sniper. Most likely American forces flanked it. We do have a telemine here, so nice job. But good shot there. Good kill on that sniper. Meanwhile, again, looks like they're trying to continue to put pressure, and he can freely do so, well, until the MG really starts focusing fire and the Grenadier Squad gets close. Left side, the British are currently taking it. We still got some... Let's see. Oh, yeah, we still got the Americans on right. He might try to go for the VP, but there is an MG here, and he doesn't have... There's no ability for smoke as of yet that they can really use. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, he's going to immediately pull back. Like, I'm not dealing with it. Oh my god, yes. All right, utility car is coming on out. Super pumped for it. I have... The current Masters tournament and the 2v2 tournament that I casted... highly recommend. You can check out a lot of those replays and the highlights, the best replays, that I casted during that over the past month. But the utility car really came in clutch a lot of those times. So well, hopefully it continues its reputation here. Anyway, Universal Carrier already 6 kills, nothing to sneeze at. It is putting on the pressure and doing a fantastic job at beating back that MG. Meanwhile, Sturm squads are going on in for cover. British already popping shots on target. A large blob, again, 3 or more units combined, is pushing on in with a half-track, so we know he went medical, and we know that he did a medical because he wants to heal his troops up to full potential, which is why all of his troops are at top tier. Already, we got tier 2 building. Sorry, tier... yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, tier 2 building coming out. And plus, we have medical back here, so very, very nice. Yeah, and also, again, slowly upgrading with SCG-44s where he can. Our engineer's trying to get close, but I think he might get to cover. Come on, get inside. Oh, no, our engineer's got inside first. Oh, no, was it a feint? It might have been a feint. He's like, yeah, I can't get in the building. Immediately throws incendiary. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, Volk squads continue to put on pressure. A massive American assault, though, is tearing apart his forces. MG is behind heavy cover. Another one over here. Unfortunately, this one has armor-piercing rounds. This one does not. He's about to, though. Can he get armor-piercing rounds active and available? Just a little more veterancy. He has it. Universal Carrier... Not Universal Carrier, sorry. Well, they will, but the utility car is going to have to worry. Although I think that one has been upgraded with armored skirts. No, it is not. Okay, so he needs to still do that. But that even makes it better because our first rounds activate. He's in range. It will shred that thing if he can connect a full volley. He did hit him, brings him down to about 55% health, and does force him back. American forces, though, will quickly heal that thing. So he just gave him a little bit of time, but that could be exactly what he needs. Moves up the MG. American forces behind heavy cover, but the rifle grenade pulls him out of cover. And if the MG could have fired, maybe could have suppressed them before they jumped back in. Another MG moving on in, again, trying to cover all directions. Universal Carriers coming on in. It's going to take a little bit of time for our piercing rounds to become active again. He can always move. Pack 40 is operational and on the field. Fires a shot, but unfortunately is unable to connect. Fires downrange. Pack 40 moving on in, really trying to keep that pressure going. Pioneers, nice idea. Close the gap, get in close, and now he can shred this infantry that is suppressed or very low on health. My god. American infantry shredded by the MG-42. Rare echelons as well, pulling on back with another MG, hitting the American 50 cal, and the utility car. Even though that one got hit with the pack and unfortunately not really able to help out on the front lines. American infantry, though, are coming on in, trying to assist, hold back the Axis assault, and does shred the Pioneers. And most likely they'll just keep their steady area. By the way, nice flank by the Brits. Looks like they launched a plane on Saipan, but Saipan held just fine with a half-track that... I'm just going to assume. Let me double check. Oh, no, it shredded the commandos. So yeah, fun fact: landing on anti-air is probably not a good idea. You figure the Brits would know that after Creep, but anyway, Volk squad's going in around. I'm assuming just in case there's an MG or something here. There's some British mines on the field, and again, they probably need to reconnect that territory in order to connect that capture point or any additional points they try to take. The British do have a 6-pounder coming on in. Plus, they have again. I love the American Brit kind of cooperation going on. We've seen a little bit of that with Greed and Saipan, but I feel like the PS3 and FG have done a way better job of kind of co-opting each other and kind of helping each other out with some more teamwork. By the way, Commando Regiment is what he went. That's how he dropped Commandos. And FG went Tactical Support. Very good. I'm curious if we're going to see... I know a lot of people are split between getting an LMG and the bar. Look, I like this thing a lot. Although, for me, it's like I would rather have troops dedicated with one close range with the bar and then an LMG with the bar. That way he has close and far. But looks like he definitely has... yeah, he's definitely upgraded them with LMGs. The question is, has he upgraded them with bars yet? No, he hasn't done the upgrade yet, so he has not done that. Universal carriers continue to put on pressure against the guys in cover. Again, that will delay any suppressing action. Right now, Royal Engineers as well trying to help capture the point. Germans trying to take mid-level both sides, built down heavy cover. The Americans, looks like they're pretty stacked on right. I don't think Greed's going to be able to hold if the Americans flank, and that might be coming up through mid because the 50 cal's there, and if the... yep, we're about to see the utility car actually going backwards for some reason, but they can push this way, maybe flank that MG, and then kind of collapse. But luckily, quick reaction time brings in the Pack 40. 6-pounder as well with British infantry. 5-man squads, by the way, coming on in. Half-track looks like he got, well, pretty much unscathed from that, so good job. At least you don't have to worry about, you know, healing or anything along those lines. Support come being brought in, not a bad idea to slowly wear and tear those trench defenses. Let's see, grenade being thrown forces the Grenadier squad back. Another one's still there. The LMGs are doing work, but unfortunately, Rifle Grenade is going to force him from cover, and that immediately forced him to retreat. Unfortunately, as well, because of the MGs being so spread out, the American infantry tried to flank, but very nice placement, still gets the suppression, and Panzer Grenadiers coming in, force him back. Very, very great job here. And I don't know what this was doing. Maybe it was trying to hit the infantry and suppress them. It did suppress, but it didn't do too much health damage, so he should be really A-okay. Mr. Saipan with special operations, great support, a fantastic, probably the best recon in the game. And as well, Command Panther's always an awesome treat. Also, plus tons of grenades you can throw, so win-win-win. Here's some carrier. Now Vet 3, seriously putting on the pressure now. And Commandos just shredding Saipan's forces. Oh my god, it's so very close with that unit, but does manage to escape, so fantastic retreat and covering with the half-track. We do have a nice Panzerfaust on the Universal Carrier. Unfortunately, though, it seems that... well, it's up to 12 kills. He's moving up the... I don't know why he's moving up that. I guess it was like, yes, we'll move it up. It's like, oops, I made a terrible mistake. Unfortunately, now the 6-pounder is putting shots. It might kill it if he gets range. The Ursa Carrier might be trying to get that, but I don't think he'll be able to. Doesn't direct fire, or maybe if he did, he goes so off that I could even see it, and he's going to pull on back. So, not too shabby. Anyway, right now we got ourselves additional American infantry launching another assault. Remember, they do have grenades, so they could fire smoke. That could be an option to get around the MGs, but right now I'm just seeing the Grenadiers on the front. Utility car just going on the side, trying to hit it, gets some great shots, up to 10 kills as well. Light vehicles really pulling weight this round, and yeah, Riflemen advancing against the Grenadiers. MG trying to get in place before they advance. Again, Vet 2, really great veterancy all around. Tier 3 being ops, so we know he has Battle Phase 2 developed. Mr. Saipan is already getting his headquarters building. Hopefully, not headquarters, Panzer headquarters, to be specific. And if he can get that out, he can possibly get some armor. It's going to be a little bit, but not too far off. It would probably be, again, he still has to get the base upgrades. Yep, there it goes. So it's probably going to be about, what, 4 or 5 minutes? Not amazing, but if Greed can get a Panzer IV in the meantime, he can then save up, with, especially with additional fuel that they could get, connecting territory and such. Hopefully get himself a Panther or something. Nice incendiary, he's going to burn the British out of that trench. Looks like, though, we have something coming on in. I'm assuming, yep, mortar pit. Everyone's favorite British emplacement. Said no, especially when you're versing it. Oh my god, just random mortars coming down is incredibly frustrating. More so than a Bofor or even a 17-pounder. But anyway, Yeah, so we'll see how effective that is. Like I said, the light vehicles in this game have been my favorite so far. Grenadiers coming along right-hand side, 50 cal, out of position, not hitting that. I don't think that's the point, though. I think he was just trying to get in for something. Unfortunately, the American infantry still shredded him. He's going to drop smoke and get the hell out. Right now, even with just infantry, the Axis are doing quite well across the board. Big fight over here by the Brits. Let's check them out for a moment. They're pushing for it against Saipan. Saipan is trying to hold. Volk Squad moving over to cover. Half track, very nicely done. Suppresses the commandos. Volk Squad's now shredding with his SG-44s. Like Gavin Bob Throne. Unfortunately, it does kill a model. The Volk can bring him down to seriously low health. Love this Volk Squad just in the trench, holding its own. The SG-44 is just going to shred everything close by. And that's exactly what it's doing to the 6-pounder. And I don't think it's going to live at this point. It's so super, super low. And yes, gets the decrew, gets the kill. Man, that Volk Squad has to thank the Brits for that amazing trench work, because it is just helping them advance. Universal Carrier is about to be shot by the AT gun. And unfortunately, mortar fire is going to probably uproot that defensive structure in the Volk Squad inside, forcing them back. Half track up to 8 kills as well. Unfortunately, 6-pounder has been recruited. Half track is going to need to pull on back. British infantry very low on health, but again, still has a medical ability to heal. Again, this point, I hate to see it again being decapped, because again, it's just a decent amount of resources just not going. British very low on health, but does manage to get back. 6-pounder opening fire, misses the shot on target and drives him away. Meanwhile, it looks like some Americans are being pinned. The Major is down, being suppressed. The 50 cal though is returning fire. We have a pack currently firing on the utility car, making a slow escape, but does get killed by the Grenadier Squad. So great shot there. Mortar fire coming on in on the Grenadier Squad, who's going to make a quick retreat. Panzer IV moving on in against the Americans, just running them over. And if he can back on up, he can probably get a few troops. But no, he's going to continue against the MG and the Major. Most likely, this is more just a scare tactic, because actually he's not killed anyone. He's just kind of hunting for prey, just kind of just circling over there. Anyway, he's going to move on in. The Americans do have an AT gun, but it's an M1. It's just coming up now. Great shot on target. Kills how many troops? 4 American models altogether. Again, oh boy, Panzer IV just help. It's again, unless I'm mistaken, yeah. He was priorities vehicles. He switched on over. Oh, but great shot by once again, great teamwork by PS3 and FG coming over with the double ATs, and yeah, just American British cooperation at its finest. But still, even with the Panzer IV down, it still inflicted heavy casualties on FG and allowed Greed to advance. Plus, it's allowing Saipan to advance. We can see here his forces are being pushed back. But nice bundle grenade by the Obsidian, and good upgrade. Slowly but surely, his forces are being pushed back. Universal Carrier, 14 kills, nothing to sneeze at. And fight position still kind of guarding this area, but now the Germans have this ability to flank it, hopefully maybe with a half-track and quickly kill it. They do recap that position, and looks like the Panzer Grenadiers and everything with a Pioneer with a flamethrower hitting that position. Nice mine, though. Does bring the Pioneer Squad dangerously low. Major trying to hold position. Bundle grenade being thrown. It is very low on health. It can't harden, and most likely with the pack fire, it's going to die. So great shots all around. American Blob, though, absolutely is coming on in. Right now, that is something they need to deal with, as it's some fierce infantry. But so far, Greed's been doing a hell of a job holding it back. Also, Sherman is now on the field. So we got ourselves a nice medium tank, and I believe this is the most powerful tank on the field right now. But if it follows suit with the Panzer IV, then it may not last all that long, honestly. So we'll see how it fares. Because so far, my favorite have been the light vehicles. But right now, the utility car did pass away, and right now, the Universal Carrier is the last thing left. Anyway, Commandos, 9 kills, advancing, trying to camouflage themselves. Does manage to in time, it looks like. He can always direct fire, but that could always be a risk, as the 6-pounder is just waiting for sight and get a shot on target. Yeah, let's get close to it. Invisible units. I'm sure we'll hit them directly. Maybe if we're lucky. Now, unfortunately, it looks like he was stunned by Pack. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, so he used the stun ability. Did work, brings it down to half health as well. MG, Vet 3 retreating, though. Again, 2 Vet 3 MGs. So, awesome job there. But it looks like the Americans are pulling back. British dealing with Saipan's push in mid, though his forces are pulling back. Yeah, they are pulling back, and looks like they have a nice defensive line by Greed. Sherman healing Half-track, I believe. Yep, half-track perished. I heard an explosion. I'm like, it's the half-track. And, yeah, infantry section advancing. Commando's trying to take over the point. It's going to be a bit rough. Panzer IV now on the field. This is a different variation with better armaments in terms of, well, able to take on Shermans. As you can see, it comes with side armor. So if it's going to fight the Sherman, this is the Panzer IV you want. Although, well, that and heat rounds. I would love heat rounds with it, but that is probably not going to happen. Actually, funny enough, speaking of commanders, Greta has yet to pick anything, which is weird, because usually it's like, oh, I'll go infantry, German infantry. Well, we know he's not doing that, simply because of the fact he's already upgraded his troops. Maybe Jaeger armor, but again, that's also a little weird, as, how do I put this? He probably doesn't want to go with the artillery because the bombing run, or at least that possibility. So I guess he's just stuck. I think he'll probably pick Jaeger armor. The spotting scope specifically. You don't have to go the elephant, but the spotting scope, I think, with the direct Stuka bomb. Man, Universal Carrier dodging the pack fire. Sherman, though, coming on in. He a decent shot on the Grenadier. We have a Comet now in development, so yeah, PS3 was really going long-term for that better armor. And the Comet's a very good tank. Very efficient at killing both infantry and armor. It is a little expensive, again, but it can definitely do a wallop. And, yeah, unfortunately, though, these troops are just shredding that Vet-3 MG, showing the power of those LMGs once they are, like, able to fully let go and just fire everything they can downfield. American 50 cal as well taking mid, forcing the other MG back. Luckily, he still has one Vet-3 left. Now it's time for Mr. Saipan to advance, and he might be doing that. It looks like earlier, again, you had 3 Volk squads down to 2, but now he has double Obel Sedan squads. So, still very efficient with his frontline infantry, having some really top-tier units. Universal Carrier coming on in 16 kills. It has been 22 minutes, and this thing is still making an impact on the game. It looks like he's falling back with British infantry as well, firing on that area. 6-pounder opening fire on the Panzer IV, and definitely getting some great pens. Gotta give it up to this Vet 2 6-pounder. Royal Engineers forcing him back. Again, gotta hand up the Royal Engineers close range power. Obel Sedan being suppressed. Right now, the Universal Carrier could be pushed up, but again, luckily it is still covered. Obel Sedan does throw a bundle grenade, but Royal Engineers still drive it back. Meanwhile, American infantry are pushing in against the Grenadiers and Penn's Grenadiers. They're going to pull on back as, well, one of them is very, very low, and the other one, even though a higher veterancy, probably can't fight 2 of these at once. Universal Carrier is still pushing on in. Of all things, 20 kills. My MVP. It's charging. When a Universal Carrier is charging a Panzer IV, what is going on right now? All right, Royal Engineers taking over the left VP, and it's actually a lot. Okay, it's been going back and forth, but I'll give it credit to the Axis for putting a ton of pressure on the Allies throughout this game. But the problem right now is this. Right now, Mr. Saipan is currently having a major issue with this Comet tank pushing on up. He's going to need to do something. Now, if the Teller... I know he has a couple Teller mines. The best chance might be for that Comet to hit one. Oh my god, nope. They did not care. Comet just charges in, calls in a commando bombing run on this. Again, we got the pass, and then it's going to be MGs, and then it's going to be a lot of bombs. So that's going to come in. If they kill that, that will delay Saipan from getting, well, a lot of things, and also it would be very costly for him. Essentially, you wouldn't have access to a Panther, Panzer IV, Obel Sedan, you name it. So, yeah. Also, it kind of reduced your anti-air coverage. All right, Greed going with Storm Doctrine. Is he building? He's actually building an artillery piece. Okay. I thought they might not do it because of the air supremacy operation. They might call it in, but they definitely did it. We'll see. Anyway, Sherman tank and the Comet once again joining forces. Luckily, though, we do have Saipan moving over his AT gun to help out his team. Pack 40 having a lot of trouble right now as the Comet charges in point blank. Luckily, this may be a Comet downfall. Wait, hold on. Nope, mortar coverage, so that's going to do a great shot with the American infantry in the building and afar. White Phosphorus, too. God damn, this is going to force Creed back. His Grenadiers and Pan's Grenadiers are trying to do what they can, but the American infantry... Wait! No! Saipan comes in, gets one model killed! And actually, that leads to a squad wipe. Can we get a second squad? So very low. 2 Volk squads giving chase. They're firing shots. It's very, very low. Panzer IV, meanwhile, is firing. They do get the kill. That's 2 squads down. The building collapsed as well. Is that going to be 3 squads? That's 3 squads from Saipan coming in. That's the moment. The American overextension and him focusing, unfortunately, cost him a Sherman. Cost him all of his American infantry. That was a huge loss for him. Universal Carrier, though, is still alive. Just want to point that out. Recon went overhead. I don't know if they're trying to figure out where to hit next, but at least they have an idea of... Wait, hold on. Are they going to start bombing his base? Is that where the artillery is currently focusing? Maybe. It's kind of in the same general area, so that could be a thing. Anyway, so right now, Comet is, being bombed. They got a great shot with the artillery, hit the Royal Engineer Squad, push that sucker back. American infantry as well, probably going to move away just in case the artillery comes down. But that'll delay the Comet coming back onto the fight. The American forces, though, are still holding a lot of the VPs, and that's going to shred, slowly but surely, a lot of the Germans' lead in terms of their overall VPs. But Panzer IV is operational. MG is still there. It's MG-34, but it's still an MG. And if the infantry move out of that cover, it can still be suppressed quite easily. Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers still fighting the American. He's slowly going to have to regroup and rebuild his army. And again, just imagine how many munitions he put into all those men just dying so quickly. That literally could have been a major... that could have been the downfall of a lot of the Axis forces, but it seems like that actually might have been their bright moment. Oh my god, Universal Carrier going down. Pushing, funny enough, the Lieutenant out of cover. So that's a positive. Grenadiers falling back to the other squad as well, pulling on back. Pack gun and MG repositioning with the mortar. 12 kills, not too shabby. Panzer IV opening fire. Unsure if... Oh, no. He pushed back the commandos. Wait, did they grab the LMG? Oh my god, commandos with an LMG. Sure, why not? Luckily, the Vickers pushes back the Volk, keeping at least 2 VPs under Allied control, continuing to put on pressure. We have a second Comet in, so while the American may have lost a good chunk of his forces and may lose another, MG... Is MG? No. Yes, I'm sorry. MG opening fire, 14 kills, pushing back 1 rifleman squad. The Major now has to come to fruition, firing a pistol. He's only gotten 1 kill, but he's gone up to Vet 3 veterancy. So then maybe they can use him to lock down key areas or maybe call an artillery on this position. They have plenty of resources. Nice rifle grenade knocks out the 50 cal. FG just losing a ton of men, collapsing on his front. Meanwhile, Comet advancing. Unfortunately, no snares available as far as I can see. AT gun as well being pushed back. I don't see another one. Volk squads are back at base. Panzer IV on back. Saipan just having a lot of issues. Comet pushes back that. He gets a great shot on it. Obersudan. Oh my god, another great shot on the Obersudan. Can he get the kill though on it? Probably not. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna be very close. I don't think he'll want to push up further. The Volk squads are not, it's not just they could Panzerfaust it. Now unfortunately they don't have much to follow, but he doesn't know that. Unfortunately, double Comet now opening fire. I don't think they care now, and I think we'll try to shred that infantry. Meanwhile, again, nice job by Greed taking mid, and nice job with the 50 cal. Not 50. Excuse me. It is a 50 cal, my apologies, taking that area. Meanwhile, we got the Major using recon to identify Axis forces in the region, so at least they can find some key points. It looks like instead of getting a Sherman or Jackson, he got himself a Calliope, so they got their own artillery. He got 2 kills there, forced them back. Great shot on target on the retreat. Again, killing a Volk squad. Panther, though, moving on in. Right now, Greed trying to really focus on him with the packs. Definitely doing work. Pack gun bringing him down to very low health, but second Comet is still there. It's still incredibly risky to chase because you can't guarantee you'll get sight on this one that is super low, and then you can't guarantee that you can cover yourself from... We know the Allies have AT and the Comet. Right now, we got recon overhead. FG using his recon, trying to give sight. American forces, unfortunately, don't have enough for an artillery piece, but Germans have enough for their special, which is a bundle grenade. Throws it, pushes back 2 squads. Majors as well, very low on health. Rear echelon moving on in, try to capture the points with commandos. This could be a great light cannon bomb. Unfortunately, doesn't have the access to it. The Comet is on standby if they need to. Right now, it's a bit touch and go. I think the Germans will hold this position. Funny smoke being dropped because that actually might help the rush up. Hold on, he's trying to go for it. That's not going to work. Panzer IV trying to help out as well, but the Comet as well trying to fire pop shots. Luckily, the Panther hits the building, doesn't hit the British vehicle, although they will probably give chase. Second British vehicle still on standby, half health. You can definitely still assist. 6-pounders right there, so that Panzer IV is going to need to pull back. And if the Panther moves on in, that could be a huge issue for it. Unfortunately, the M1 did get pushed back, and once again, looks like FG taking a lot of hits. The one thing I'll say, oh, smoke going down, make it harder for 6-pounder to push shots on target. Panther pulling on back, but the double pack really doing a number on that Comet. Second Comet, though, still fine. It's still relatively fine, all things considered. Really, the big issue, though, is those packs. If the Calliopes can get a great shot on target, that would be what they need. And Calliope is lining up said shot. Although Sudan being shredded by the infantry over here. Artillery is opening fire up to 7 kills. Again, if he fires on mid, if they can connect those shots on the packs, that's where he needs to. But it looks like that might not be the case. Greed separating his packs, making sure they don't get hit in one volley. Hopefully they don't. American forces coming on back. They're very low on VPs. And, yeah, we have a double AT gun over here, though. I think it might be better suited mid. Nice shots, though. I think they knocked out one of the MGs. Both packs, though, while injured, do make it out. Looks like they reposition themselves back in. Bundle grenade pushes back the American forces. And right now we have a push with a rear echelon on right. He could drop smoke. Again, I'm surprised he didn't try to pop smoke on the point then go in. Looks like we have Valiant Assault, so this will give recon and also make his troops go a lot faster. So he's going to try to push. Right now, he is pushing left, and that is assisting. Sudan, though, coming on in. Definitely could be an issue there, especially if they jump onto the point, because then they could battle it out. And I don't think the British can really hold against Sudan. Grenades being thrown to force them off the point. And again, the Sudan are just so beefed up with that upgrade that I don't think they're going to take it. Panzer Grenadiers holding the point with an MG backing them up. Holy God. Greed is just maybe gone a little greedy with MGs, but hey, I mean, like, 2 of them are 50 cal, so he borrowed them through American Lend-Lease. Oh, anyway. American forces pushing on in. Comet trying to help out. He's still... That's the thing about this. PS3 has the most powerful armor on the game, and it doesn't mean shit. It does not mean shit. It's all about VPs. Like Gammon Bomb being thrown. I'm sorry, normal Gammon Bomb being thrown. It does not explode. Oh, that's incredible. There's a Gammon Bomb literally a millisecond away from exploding. And these two are like, goodbye, Hans. Goodbye, Fritz. And it ends there. They live to see another battle. But anyway. Yeah, it looks like there was an attempt over here, but the MG just ran onto the point to hold. And that worked. It absolutely worked. The VP point game won for the Axis in this game. Thank you, Mr. Saipan, for submitting this replay. This was really good. I really enjoyed this game. Going over the highlights, the Allied cooperation. I definitely saw this a little bit more than Green and Mr. Saipan. No offense. I like the double AT guns, the infantry coordination, MGs, other things like that. Even like the light vehicles teaming up. I felt that was a lot better. But FG way overextended himself. And in the point where it mattered, Saipan coming up with that flank, Greed keeping and holding his front for as long as he could, even though he was taking heavy losses, that was perfect. That was exactly what needed to happen. Even with the mortar coverage coming down, Greed held his front and kept them trying to kill him enough for Saipan just come in and shred. I think it was 3 different infantry units, plus kill the Sherman. So really great job all around. Great flank, and great moment to come in where it needed. Now, I will say PS3, for the most part, I will say was probably the most... it was up there with Greed. I would say, like, it's either Greed or PS3 for being, like, the most, like... not annoying, but most consistent. I'll probably give the edge to Greed. Greed, especially with his packs and stuff like that, he did lose his Panzer IV very quickly. And that's why I say it's not perfect. Greed definitely got a little too greedy, though he requisitioned a lot of allied forces. PS3 did a really good job helping out FG, and really that push really shows. And also giving Saipan a run for his money. It did become a bit an issue with the Comets, but I will give Saipan this. He held his side extremely well for fighting, because, again, a lot of times people will say, oh, it's better armor, I lose. He did a fantastic job with his defensive play, with his AT and stuff like that. Just keep putting pressure and trying to hold his front even against greater odds. And that did help. He eventually started gaining back his infantry after taking some hits and kind of holding. And again, support gun as well, getting up to Vet 3. Panzer 4 surviving multiple battles against armor that should have easily pushed it back, or very, very bad situations. But really great job all around. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Also, like, great artillery play by Greed. FG had actually all of them. Saipan had a great half track. The utility car, and my favorite, universal carrier. That universal carrier got 20 kills or plus. So let's double check their damage and see. 6 pounder, nearly 10k damage. Makes sense. FG was rifleman. They did a lot, and they were really buffed up, but they didn't get too many kills, all things considered. Saipan. Okay, just to put in perspective, the universal carrier got more kills than all the riflemen with bars and LMGs. So, yeah, the universal carrier. So just why I love that thing. Volk squads, 44 kills. Did lose quite a bit though, but still pretty top notch. And Pax just edging them out with top damage. So really great job on the AT on both sides. Really good game. Thank you, Saipan, once again for submitting this replay. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey G240, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Ace, and Jakub Ocwieja. Seriously guys, thank you so much for your amazing support, especially over the past month. Been through a lot of personal hurdles, but you guys make it a little easier knowing that you guys support me. And same thing with the patrons down below. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.